Let's see here. Okay, guys. And we are live, guys. Welcome back to the Chicago Conservative Live Stream Edition, guys. Today, it's finally time, guys. It's finally time for Jasmine Crockett to be put in her place. Now, I didn't know it was going to have to be Byron Donalds. I didn't know it was going to have to be Byron Donalds, but who else could do it, guys? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I know anybody else who could have done this besides Byron Donalds, guys. He's an educated man, Republican. You know, he's running for governor in Florida. And I honestly think he's a solid guy. I think he's a very solid guy. Nobody's perfect, you know. But guys, we are just gonna get right into it. Sorry, excuse me. We're gonna get right into it, guys. So let's not waste any more time. Let's roll the clip. And it looks like she was on a Breakfast Club. And oh yeah, we actually gonna be getting a walkthrough with Anthony Brian Logan, guys. He is a big time conservative, guys. I believe my friend Mr. Dennis met him at a blue rally in Washington, D.C. So yeah, shout out to Anthony Brian Logan. And yeah, guys, it looks like Jasmine Crockett is on the Breakfast Club. Now, me personally, I don't know what she said about Byron Donalds. I don't know what she said about him at all. I don't know what Byron Donalds said, you know, in reaction to what she said. You know, I work so much, guys. I got to catch up on everything. But why not just catch up with it with you guys, you know? So we're going to get right into it. And yeah, shout out ABL.
The fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow? Like, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you? I'm not really sure.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Democratic House Rep from Texas, Jasmine Crockett, criticizing the Republican House Rep from Florida, Byron Donalds, for being a black man married to a white woman. Now, this comes as no surprise to me. The Democratic Party, if no one has recognized this, are racist. They engage in...
Yes, guys, and that includes black folks being racist towards white folks. That's indeed racist. I don't know what Democrats are confused by when it comes to bigotry, but I mean, me personally, they don't believe black people can be racist because they were so oppressed, and slavery, and all the other stuff, like other cultures haven't experienced slavery. It's absolutely crazy. There are literal Chinese kids that are slaves right now.
Racism consistently, whether it be from whites, blacks, anybody within their party, they're racist. Not all Democrats are racist, but it's nothing for passive or straight up, outright, bold, and in-your-face racism to come from this party. And also, something else. I don't know why Jasmine Crockett would be the one to say this, because she's 44 years old. She sounds 14, but she is 44. She
acts like a child. She makes the Democratic Party look so bad. But honestly, guys, like I said, I'm not going to complain because the work. And look, you got people like Eric Adams leaving the Democratic Party. I wanted to do a live stream on that next, guys. But yeah, it's like the Democratic Party has, I believe, is less than 27% now. But yeah, their approval rating is dropping every single day, thanks to people like Jasmine Crockett and all these other libtards. But keep it up.
She has never been married, is not married right now, and has no children. So if you want to criticize Byron Donalds for being married to a white woman and having children, then you must accept criticism or questions.
So that's what this is about? Come on, man. So because he has a white wife, like, how bored is this lady? So why do you care about who he marries? Are you married? Where's your husband? Where's your kids? Why are you worried about somebody else's family? This is when you know somebody don't have a real argument, guys. They got to always resort to the ad hominem attacks, the personal blows, the low jabs. Man, that just shows that these people have no intelligence. They can't have a debate or an actual argument or actual policy. They got to talk about your mama, talk about your girlfriend, talk about your kids. Like, they got to always just say some crazy stuff, guys. It's nuts.
For your own lifestyle, are you LGBT? What's going on? Now, before I go any further into it,
Facts.
I want to play a video that she may have been referring to.
Is she LGBT? That's a good question, guys. Maybe she like taco.
Thing about Byron Donalds talking about life was better under Jim Crow. All right, I'm going to play this. Then we're going to get to her video, and we're going to get to a few pieces of evidence that kind of debunk or make her argument a little bit more difficult. And of course, I will link to everything in the box. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
And so one of the things that's actually happening in our culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of Black families with younger Black men and Black women. And that is also helping to breed the revival of a Black middle class in America. You see, during Jim Crow, the Black family was together.
That's right.
During Jim Crow, more Black people were not just conservative, because Black people always have been conservative minded, but more Black people voted conservative.
And that's facts, guys. And I can't believe Black folks haven't caught on to that yet. Black folks, majority of Black folks in America are not liberal. They don't support like LGBT nonsense and things like that, like what the radical left promote. Normal Black folks don't promote this stuff. So he's actually right about that. And if we look and if we really pay attention to the statistics when it comes down to Jim Crow, I don't know if he's going to get into this, but when it comes to family structure, we were better under Jim Crow. When it comes to Black-owned businesses, what you guys love and preach so much, yeah, we had way more of those during Jim Crow. We had our own buses. We had our own everything. We had our own restaurants, clothing, sewing stores, or whatever you want to call it. We had it all, guys. We made our own music, our own record stores. We own these things, guys. But like I said, these people want to impress the white man so much, the white daddy so much, and look where it got you guys. Now you guys have to beg from the government every chance y'all get, because now you guys feel like you can't do it on your own because the white man oppressed you so much. No, the white man didn't oppress you. You oppressed yourself, because you were looking for white people approval. You don't see the Jews doing this. You don't see the Polish people doing this. You don't see the Italian people doing this. You don't see the Asians doing this. You don't see the Arabs doing this. They keep their money in their own neighborhoods, guys. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Why can't Black folks do it? Because, white people not thinking about you folks. But yeah, statistically, we were better under Jim Crow.
Now, what Byron Donald said here is 100% correct. Some are not going to like it. They're going to get automatically offended. But just because you may be offended does not mean that he's a liar. Let's get into a little bit of statistics, a few numbers. And of course, these numbers could be a little bit off, but for the most part, they're right on point. Once you research, you'll see that what I'm saying is correct. Now, in the year 1960, there was a report done by a Democratic Senator, Daniel Patrick Moynihan, called the Moynihan Report. And in this report, it had the single-parent household rates of different races in America.
There you go.
In 1960 or thereabout, we had an 80% two-parent household rate in the Black community.
80%, guys. That means we had a mama and a daddy that were there.
80% two-parent household rate. Back then, that was considered a crisis because it was too low. Whites at this time had a 95% two-parent household rate.
And do you hear that though? 80% was a crisis to Black folks back in the day. 80%. That is actually mastery. If we're thinking numbers, that's mastery. That means you're meeting your goal by far. 80% is actually good. But nowadays, come on, man. We not looking at 80% when it comes to Black nuclear families, two-parent households. Absolutely no way. That's been sliced in half and then some.
95%. And what that means is children being born to married parents, that was 80% among blacks and 95% among whites in the year 1960. Now let's fast forward a few years later,
Oh man,
like 2020-ish, that era, and it's going to be similar right now. Among blacks, you have almost the reverse, a 70 to 75% single parent household rate. We went from 80% two parent.
So now think about this, guys. We went from an 80% two-parent household rate to a 75% single house rate. That means single mom or single dad. So if you think about 75%, that means only 35% of homes have black families who have a mom and a dad who is married, guys. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy, man.
Parents to almost 80% one parent.
Did he say 75? I'm sorry, excuse me, 25. Excuse me. I'm at 25%. So that's even worse.
Or children being born to unmarried parents, even if you got involved dads, which a lot of times is not happening. Now, let's go to the whites. They are at an 80% two-parent household rate, which is down from the 95% two-parent household rate. And it is what was considered to be crisis in 1960. So if you're going to look at the reality, look at the numbers, the Jim Crow era was better for families sticking together.
Yes. To go from an 80% married household rate when it comes to blacks to 25% is absolutely diabolical. Just knowing those numbers during Jim Crow. See, this is why I love watching people like ABL. I love learning numbers like this, guys. So when somebody try to school you on something, you take them to school. You take them to school. You tell them during Jim Crow, I already knew this, but now that I got the actual number, when it comes to 80% and nowadays it's only 25%, that's absolutely nuts. That's crazy.
Parents being in the home, fathers raising their children, it was better. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say Jim Crow era was perfect and everything was peaches and rainbows. No, but the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. It is what it is. Let's keep going here. Let's get to the Jasmine Crockett situation. I wish that I did not have to play her. I wish I could ignore her.
Yeah, man, because this lady is just too much, bro. I feel you, man. I know what you mean. It's like every time I see Jasmine Crockett's face, I just be getting a headache. It's just getting a little too real for me. She's becoming a migraine every time, like, I look at her.
But y'all keep asking me about her. She keeps making the news. And I think that it's good to have her out there representing the Democratic Party because of how ghetto she is. But let's watch this.
And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds.
Skinfolk, not our kinfolk. Obviously, some of y'all might not know what that is. Basically, just
you're not our kinfolk. What are you talking about? You guys do know that Jasmine Crockett is also trying to fight for us to get $5,000, right, from Trump and and JD Vance. I believe they're trying to give everybody in America $5,000. Americans, not illegals, but actual Americans. And Jasmine Crockett is fighting against that. That is dumb. To think that Americans don't need this money while you're giving this all to illegals and the Taliban and this, that, and the third, and transgendering mice. You people are nuts, man. That's what I'm saying. Jasmine Crockett is getting paid to do this. She is a literal paid agent at this point.
Just because you black don't make me have the same ideology. And I would say the same thing for Jasmine Crockett. Just because she's black does not mean she represents me or anyone that I know and love. Check it out.
Exactly.
We're going to continue to say that, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, is this because you don't understand history? Or
does her shirt say bleach blonde, bad built, butch body? Guys, if this doesn't scream, I want to stay relevant, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. This girl is just trying to stay relevant, man, at this point. You said one line One ridiculous line that honestly made you look like the most ghettoest thing that has ever walked into Congress. You just say, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on a t-shirt. Why not? Just put it on a t-shirt. Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Or literally, it's because you married a white woman, and so you think that whitewashed you. I'm not really sure, like what it is,
well,
but I need.
Be mad.
Oh, she sound jelly. Hold on, guys. She sound jealous. That's what I'm saying. I think she jealous, man. She don't like Elon. She don't like Byron Donald's. Like, what's up? What do you like? She really might be LGBT, guys. I don't hear her talk good about no men like at all. Like, what you like? What's up with this lady? What do you hate men or something? What you a misandrist? Right? Ain't nobody buying that merch.
Married to a white woman under Jim
Correct. Correct. And it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, he just out here, you know, I feel like they give him his talking points and he's like, yes, master, I got it.
Okay, so that's pretty.
Yes, master. See, look, guys, that's why I'm like, who's the real racist here? That's very racist of you, Jasmine Crockett. What do you mean, yes, master? You think just because you black, that don't mean that's racist? Like, we know slavery was bad, but the fact that you guys got to keep bringing this up, and then you guys try to make it seem like we're the house Negroes or the field Negroes, but you guys are on the Democratic plantation. It's called the Democratic plantation for a reason, because you guys have to always run to the government with your hand out. That's why it's called the Democratic plantation. But she's too stupid enough to realize that the Republicans are actual capitalists. We believe in business owning. We believe in giving back to infrastructure and to the economy. We actually believe in making America better.
Be interesting. You know what? The funny part is the last part she said, that's how I feel about her. She goes out there and whatever the Democratic Party does, she's going to protect them. When Joe Biden was out here getting weekend at burning throughout the entire campaign, she was defending them. When this guy would fall on the ground, feet up in the air, tripping over sandbags, tripping over his own 2 feet, tripping over grains of sand on the beach, she would defend him. Oh, they're running them ragged, leave him alone. You go out there and defend so-called massa, and you have the.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you feel me? You the slave chick. What you talking about? Byron Donald's trying to do his own thing. You the one, like, listen, if Jasmine Crockett did not have the Democratic Party, she will be nothing. That's why she is the only one representing them. Nobody is representing the Democratic Party besides you. I haven't even been seeing AOC acting stupid. It's only her. I promise you, it's only her. They like, you got it, sis, at this point.
Mentality of still being on a slave plantation. That's why you use those kind of words, massa and this and that and the third. Your mind is still enslaved. You still operate that way, trying to find a benevolent white master while guys like myself and many others are free. We've been free for a long time. We come from a long line of free people, and we go out here and we just crush it without having to be worried about the so-called white man. Now, speaking about the white man, let's take a look at some of your colleagues, okay? Let's take a look here. Now,
okay, we got oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna start with Kamala and Doug Burgum, Mr. Nanny screwer. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a nanny, you might want to watch out, guys. Now, who's next? AOC. Yeah, that guy is whiter than my socks when I was 6 years old. That's Lori Lightfoot. I didn't eat. Guys, I don't know what's scarier. This lady that she's with or the fact that they got a dog. Now, I believe this is I don't know who this lady is. I believe she's the mayor of California, guys, but correct me if I'm wrong. But that guy is clearly white. Man, what the? Why is this clown on my screen? Why is this clown on my screen, man? We're just gonna ignore this guy. He's irrelevant. And this lady, oh my goodness, See, now I don't even know. This might be fake because I thought she was married to her sibling, but that's just a rumor, guys. Just a rumor. But yeah, all these people are weird as hell. So this is a terrible lineup. Absolutely terrible lineup. This is the Democratic Party, by the way, guys. This is the Democratic Party. This is an exact representation of the Democrats.
Oh.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash.
That picture was an exact image of the Democratic Party right now. Don Lemon is trying to stay relevant. Kamala is honestly just drunk, and AOC is insane. Lori Lightfoot's insane, and she's a murderer. Don Lemon is just begging for attention, and this lady's just screwed in the head. And I don't even know who that lady is. Man, somebody got to inform me on who that is.
Are you going to call these individuals whitewashed because they're married to a white man or a white woman or whatever? Okay, look, you have Kamala, right? The so-called black woman who's not black. But that's her guy right there. A Jewish guy on top of that, which is funny because y'all are pretty anti-Semitic over there on the left. Anytime anybody Jewish does anything or says anything, y'all immediately go to the Zionist, Israel, the Jewish question. Y'all do all that on the left right now. So Doug Emhoff. Then you have AOC, the so-called spicy Latina, with her Instagram white boyfriend. Okay, you have the former mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, and her white wife. Then you have Ketanji Brown Jackson, new Supreme Court justice, and her white husband. You got
she's a part of the Supreme Court justice. Okay,
Don Lemon, the former CNN anchor, and his white husband, Ilhan Omar, married to the white consultant Tim Minette, which 70% of her campaign money was going to him. Therefore, it had come back to her through the household, basically violating campaign finance law through a legal loophole.
Right.
I'm just having a hard time understanding how you're going to say something like that, Jasmine Crockett, while a lot of your colleagues are
right. Obama mom is white. You feel what I'm saying? So so you're not gonna get mad about that? Obama mom's white. What's wrong with that? So you're not gonna scream and yell about that? No? Okay. All right.
Married to white people. And when you are 44 years old, never been married, look, people could say, ABO, you've been divorced. At least I've been married. I didn't serve my time. She'd never been married, no kids, 40.
He said he didn't serve his time like it was a prison sentence. Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
4 years old. Do you have any prospects? Are any one of you guys, to the black guys, white guys, Puerto Rican, Candy Stripe guys, aliens, space, Martians, whatever, any guys out there, do you see Jasmine Crockett as a valuable person that you want?
Man, I'm going to give you a hell to the no. I will never make Jasmine Crockett. I wouldn't even make her my girlfriend, bro. If I'm being honest, she's a beat and skeet. If I'm being and bling, I'm gone. Please. That lady is honestly just a joke, guys. She is just a neighborhood hood rat. But honestly, I just think she acting like this just so she can get the black people back to the Democratic Party, guys, because majority of us, not majority of us, but some of us are leaving the Democratic Party thanks to Donald Trump and the Republican Party waking us up a little bit.
Want to settle down with and be married to? Ain't gonna be no family because she's 44 years old. But would you want to be with her?
Yeah, I mean, look, I never said she was ugly. She just got a nasty freaking attitude, and she act like I can't say that, but yeah, she just needs to get her whole demeanor together. Her whole approach just needs a 360 for sure.
Is that somebody? Now, listen, I'm not in the business of criticizing people for how they look in politics or their marriage status or lack thereof, but you open the door, Jasmine Crockett. So now you got to accept whatever comes to you when it comes to the criticism. If you did not want that kind of criticism, then you shouldn't have been the one to start the process. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to anybody out there married to whoever you want to be married to. As long as y'all two consent, y'all cool with it, I don't care. I couldn't care less.
Honestly, though, like I don't like. Honestly, the only people that care about this crap is liberals. If I'm being honest. Oh, you're driving a Tesla. Oh, you're married to a white person. Oh, you care about this. You care about that. Oh, you don't want your kids to have LGBT stuff in their classroom. Like, why do you guys want to interfere in our life so much? Why do you guys care about our life so much? That's because these people have nothing else better to do but worry about worry about other people's lives. It's honestly insane. What is wrong with these people? Byron,
I'm not one of these guys that wants to police someone's bedroom, that wants to police someone's heart, that wants to police someone's mind. Whatever y'all want to do is totally fine. I'm 100% for it. The human race got to continue. People got to get together. So I don't see the problem.
Right.
This whole thing about massa this and the white man that, your mind is still stuck in slavery times, which is why, in my humble opinion, you are a Democrat. A Democratic Party is and always has been the party of slavery, the party of subjugation, the party of separation. When you go to a place like New York, when you go to a lot of these very liberal areas, segregation is a real thing. They don't want to be around you. They want to be among themselves. And a lot of these people, when they get to a certain level, they want to get with the so-called white man because of status.
Right.
Okay. And again, I'm not hating. I'm just calling out what they do. Don't try to say that because he likes white women or he's married to a white woman, he's not really a black person, when y'all engage in that kind of activity more than anybody else. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about?
And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think that's the end of the video. But guys, listen, I'm a guy, okay? And I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you guys, man. What's going on, Squid? But I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you guys. We aren't stupid, okay? Byron Donalds has definitely dated black women before, and he probably noticed what a lot of black men are noticing today, that black women just don't value black men nowadays. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he found a woman that actually loved him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really see color or anything like that. And it worked out, you know? So what's the problem? Honestly, who cares? Well, Jasmine Crockett cares, obviously, because she got to bring it up. But like I said, guys, I honestly think it's stupid. But we got to see what he said, though, guys, because we see what Jasmine Crockett said. But we got to see what Byron Donalds said. And since we was watching Anthony Bryan Logan already,
Florida House Rep,
we might as well stick with my boy ABL. So, guys, now we are reacting to Byron Donalds responding to Jasmine Crockett racist remark when it comes to her saying, oh, Byron Donalds, he's, you know what I'm saying, a house Negro, whatever she said. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some yes, massa, and he with a white woman and all because he with a white woman. You know what I'm saying? He with Trump and this, that, and the third. Like, come on, man. It's absolutely stupid. You can marry whoever you want to marry. But, yeah, guys, Byron Donald responded. I don't know what he said yet. Like I said, this is all new to me. So, we finna get right into it, guys. Let's roll the clip.
Byron Donalds responded to Texas House Rep Jasmine Crockett after she attacked him for being married to a white woman. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Bryan Logan, and today we got to talk about Byron Donalds responding, clapping back to Jasmine Crockett after she attacked him for being married to a white woman. Now, I don't really know why Jasmine Crockett did that. I mean, I understand the context. The context was she thinks that Byron Donalds just does whatever the white man tells him, and she thinks he's quote unquote whitewashed. So him being married to a white woman just kind of aids in her thought process about Byron Donalds. It's weird for her to do that because once you attack someone for who they're married to and who they have kids with, now you're bringing in the wife and the kids. That's below the belt. And you also open yourself up to criticism. Jasmine Crockett, and you are 44 years.
I gotta call this out, man. These people who be coming at people kids, like even when it comes to politics, man, that is a definite low blow. Why you gotta talk about people, kids and stuff, bro? Like the kids ain't do nothing to you guys. And this is how you know these people are just demonic because they don't even keep kids out of it, guys. And, like everything is on the table for these people. It's crazy.
Years old, never been married, and you don't have any children. So what's going on? It's easier for women to get those things than it is for a man to get those things. Yet the man you're attacking has it and you don't. Why would you do that? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with not having kids and not being married, but when you attack someone else who does have kids and who is married, then I don't understand what you're doing.
Right.
Like what's really going on? Now, before I go any further, let's get into the actual clip here. This is from Joe Pags. Shout out to Joe Pags. I will link to his video and his channel in the box. If you want to see it there without my commentary, you know where to go. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
It's a clapback you've got to see. You probably heard what Jasmine Crockett said about Byron Donalds on that guy Lenny's radio show. She sat there and called out his wife because of her race and then went on this rant. Now, I interviewed Byron Donalds a little while ago. You've got to see his reaction. Do not stop watching this. It's going to blow your mind.
Now, first of all, Joe Pags, your voice, amazing. It's butter smooth. It's perfect. That's voice goals right there. So shout out to Joe Pags for the voice.
And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow. Like,
now I want to pause right quick. If you didn't catch my other video, what Byron Donalds said about Jim Crow is that the truth is families were together more during that period of time than they are right now. That's just the facts. It is what it is. The single parent household rate was much lower in the Black community. As I said before, we had an 80% two-parent household rate in 1965, 80% two-parent household rate. That was considered a crisis because it was too low. It should have been 95%, which was the white two-parent household rate. Fast forward to right now, 2025, you're talking about a 70 to 75% single-parent household rate in the Black community. And among whites, it's about a 25% single-parent household rate, which will bring you lower than the 80% among the Black community, which was an emergency. A little bit of context. Let's keep rocking.
is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that that whitewashed you?
You married a white woman, so you think that whitewashes you. Well, I had Byron Donalds on. He's running for governor of the great state of Florida, and it was just a great conversation. But he went there. You got to see this.
First and foremost, don't talk about my wife. Keep my wife out of this. Ain't got nothing to do with her. You can talk to me about policy anytime you want to. Secondarily, there was a couple of times on the campaign trail last year where I know I was booked to be on stage or to be in debate with Jasmine, and all of a sudden her schedule changed. She had a conflict, whatever the case might be. So if she wants to do this, if she wants to have that debate, I'm easy to find. You know, you ain't got to look hard for me. You know, I'm 6'2". You can find me. It's pretty easy. Number three, and most importantly, this demonstrates, frankly, the racism in the Democrat Party, because they don't have a problem when Kamala Harris is married to a white man or when Ketanji Brown Jackson's married to a white man, right, as long as they subscribe to the politics of the Democratic left. As long as you do that, everything is fine. But if you're a conservative, but your spouse happens to be white or of another race, then all of a sudden it's a problem. This is the racism that occurs in the Democrat Party. I'm sick of it, tired of the BS. I tell any one of them who have a concern about me and what they think my views are, debate me. And if you don't want to debate me, Google me. There's plenty of information out there because I know that I have the facts. I have the information. I can back my stuff up. All they can do is throw out innuendos, throw out talking points. And the last thing I'll say about Ms. Crockett, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Jasmine, I don't use talking points. Nobody tells me what to say. And so I know how to deliver a message because I have facts, I have logic, I use economics. I don't get into hyperbole. So if you are concerned about some of the things that I say find a show. It could be whatever show you want to. We'll sit there and do it. We'll have a good time along the way. And you'll go ahead and be defeated very quickly.
Make sure you're following this channel right here if you like this kind of stuff.
So shout out to Joe Pags, shout out to Byron Donalds. That was amazing.
Yeah, guys. And that's absolutely why this dude is running for governor. Me personally, like I said, she's not gonna come with the facts at all. She's fairly incompetent. I mean, you guys see her in Congress. She got to talk about people's blonde, butch body, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace. Like, she got to talk about all these women and their hair, and she want to fight them and do all this nonsense. I've honestly never heard her say anything like factual. I've never heard a number come out of her mouth, if I'm being honest. So, will she debate Byron Donalds? Probably not. But the thing is, this is why she did this in the first place, because she's scared to debate people like Byron Donalds, who's going to come with the facts and the numbers. I would love to see her debate Byron Donalds when it comes to the Jim Crow era. And was black people better under Jim Crow or not? I would love to see that. But will she give us that, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely not. So who are we kidding? Like, basically, she's just trolling. She's just trolling at this point. But yeah, like, absolutely, like, cooked her. Like, and it's not like she gonna accept the invitation. So let's just keep going.
And hey, there's so much I want to say. There's a lot there. First of all, Jasmine Crockett, not you hiding, not you running from Byron Donalds. Is that what we doing? Are you big and bad, cussing and fussing and carrying on? Talk about, oh, you think you whitewash because you got a white wife? Well, okay, if you feel that way and you want to say that on the Breakfast Club, then why not go to wherever you were scheduled to go on more than one occasion and talk to the man face to face?
She's not going to do that, ABL. She's not going to do that. Only reason why she's not going to do that is because she can't do it. It's like it's almost frustration because she knows she's not competent enough to have a debate. So she gets, but you know, when people get mad, I mean, when people like can't get a problem right or something, they kind of get like frustrated because they can't get the problem right. That's how it is with Jasmine Crockett, guys, with Jasmine Crockett. She gets upset and she gets irritated because she don't have any real talking points. And this is what it results to. What's going on, Brooke? What's going on, man? Shout out to Florida. And yes, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button if you are new coming in. I'll really appreciate that. Let's continue.
Why not do that? Okay, you're in politics, he's in politics. You're in the house, he's in the house. I'm sure you guys see each other in D.C. I'm sure you guys are sometimes, like you said, scheduled to be at the same place in front of a microphone, being able to talk. So why not do that? That should be how this is handled. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a debate. Let's go on the podcast and you can express yourself freely. That's what I would do. And you know what I would do if I was Byron Donalds? And I know he knows. He's a smart guy. And shout out to him running for governor of Florida. I hope he wins. Yeah. Shout out to, what's her name? Casey DeSantis, Ron DeSantis' wife. She ran for governor as well. I like Ron. I like his wife. They're cool. Okay. But I like Byron as well. I think he'll be able to win. But getting back to what I was saying, I think what he's going to do is point out the hypocrisy, as I've done before. Listen, you have all these people in the Democratic Party married to white women when they're not white. Right. Black people, Indian people, biracials like Kamala Harris, they're married to white people and nobody says a word. And as a matter of fact, if you say something about it, you'll be called a racist. If you pronounce Kamala's name wrong, you'll be called a racist. But Jasmine Crockett goes on the Breakfast Club, a national.
Who cares? Kamala, who cares? That's what I'm like, who cares about this stuff? Seriously, though. Like, come on, man.
Nationally syndicated radio show and says that the man is whitewashed for being married to a white woman, and that's not racist. Let's be consistent. If it's racist one time, then it's racist all the time. The color of somebody's skin, the race, ethnic origin, all of that shouldn't even matter when it comes to your spouse. As long as y'all two are on the same page and y'all consenting and it ain't no imprisonment going on, then who cares? Who cares?
Exactly.
I don't even care if you're married to a man, if you're a man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't care who you're married to. I don't care what your gender is. I don't care what hat you wear. You can wear a Make America Great Again hat. You can wear a Biden hat. You can wear a Kamala hat. You can drive a Tesla. You can drive a car that takes gas. Who cares about this stuff? All of this stuff is what the left cares about. Nobody cares about these things. I don't care who somebody else is married to. I don't care if somebody wears a Biden hat or a Harris hat if I'm a Republican. I'm not about to go attack this person because he's wearing a Biden shirt. I'm not about to go attack this person because he has a Jeep because Joe Biden drove a Jeep one time. You feel what I'm saying? These people are actually crazy, though. Just because Elon Musk supports Donald Trump, they're attacking Tesla. They're attacking dealerships. They're attacking people who drive Teslas. Why? What do you get out of this, though? You got Jasmine Crockett saying all she wants for her birthday is to have Elon Musk taken out. Like, that's absolutely weird and unhinged. She should actually be in jail for that. Anybody else that would have did that would have been in jail, but okay.
Don Lemon, and you're married to the white man, I don't care. My only issue is the hypocrisy. Don Lemon will get on TV and say that the white man is the most dangerous in the world. The white man is the devil, the scourge of the earth. He'll say all that and then go right home to a white man, living in the bed with a white man. It's like, okay, if you're doing that at home, then why would you say something like that on air? It doesn't really add up. And when you do things like that that don't add up, that means you're a liar. That means you're a hypocrite. And you'll say pretty much whatever they put in front of you to say. You have no agency. You have no voice of your own. You're just a tool to be used by them.
I'm telling you guys, that's honestly what they're doing with Jasmine Crockett. I've been saying this for the longest. They're using her. They want her to be bliggity black so they can get the people that left the Democratic Party back. And that's not happening. That doesn't work, Jasmine Crockett, because the people who left the Democratic Party or the people who joined the Republican Party, these people have sense, common sense. They don't care if you're ghetto. They don't care if you talk slang. They don't care if you making stupid videos dancing to Kendrick Lamar. They don't care if you make stupid fighter pose videos. Like, they don't care about this stuff. They care about policy. They care about taxes. And they don't want inflation to keep rising. You feel what I'm saying? They want to know what you're going to do for them. And I'm not even just talking about black folks. I'm talking about all Americans here. I'm talking about white, black, Hispanic. I know it's not just all black people that live in your district or whatever in Texas. Come on, man, make it happen.
You're not an independent person. You're not an independent thinker. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Byron Donalds for standing up for not only himself, but his wife, of course, and his children, because when Jasmine Crockett says that, she's insulting her and his kids. Right. So shout out to him for being the father, being the man, and standing up for them. But also shout out to him for inviting her to talk about it. Hey, you got an issue, you have a problem. Let's go to a podcast. Let's go to a speaking engagement. Let's do something and have the conversation that way. And I'm sure he'll point out everything I pointed out. Right. The hypocrisy, the double standard, the racism, the very thing that they say we are on the right. That's what from the left is what they are on the left. What does the left say? You guys are racist. You guys are hateful. They say all that, but really that's them. And what they're doing when they say that about us, it's classic projection. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about Byron Donalds' response?
Man, look, man, shout out ABL. I love watching Anthony Brian Logan, man. He's a really good guy. Guys, how I
want to buy your house.
Absolutely. Look, I think Byron Donalds cooked her, and I don't see a problem with anything he said. He was protecting his family's honor. He was protecting his, his name. And quite frankly, I honestly don't even see a reason why Jasmine Crockett would ever even say some hateful mess like this. But this, like he said, this is what they do. They try to always call you racist. They always try to call you Hitler and this, that, and the third. But this is how they really feel, guys. Like, this lady is honestly just an unhinged piece of garbage at this point. Because you have, when you get to talk about somebody's kids and personal life and wife and stuff like that, guys, that means you have no honor. When it don't matter if you're a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's running for governor. I hope he win in Florida. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really hope Byron Donalds win. That's my guy right there. And I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. Jasmine Crockett, she needs to be held accountable for her actions. This can't keep standing. You know what I'm saying? This just cannot keep standing. They let her get away with way too much. Way too much. And I don't see how Congress or even Donald Trump or Pam Bundy like are holding this lady accountable. I don't see why ain't nobody holding this lady accountable at all. It's insane. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Jasmine Crockett went too far when it came to her calling Byron Donalds basically a slave when she talking about yes, myself and this, that, and the third? But I mean, she was on a Breakfast Club, so yeah, that's a dumb show. So that's perfectly met for her. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, guys, what are your thoughts? Put it in the chat. Leave suggestions in the chat as well. And make sure you guys hit the like button. And shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Shout out Bob. Shout out Brooke. Miss Latanya. S13. Shout out Cindy. Madam. Dylan. Squid, man. You already know. Dean. Man. Shout out my wife. Shout out everybody, man. Shout out Christine. Who else was in the chat? Yeah, Pete. Everybody that was in the chat, guys, just thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's all I got for right now. But yeah, we're gonna get. That's why I said, guys, I'm gonna be going live every single day. So just I know I'm gonna be a little late in some time zones, but if I'm not late in your time zone, just try to tune in, guys. But Byron Donalds cooked her. Jasmine Crockett, is looking like she is just desperate for attention at this point. She literally had on a shirt that said blonde, butch, built body, guys. That honestly was just ridiculously dumb. But, I mean, dumb shirt for a dumb lady. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Love you guys, and I'm out of here, guys. Peace out.